Hey friends, I've just gotten home after a long day at work, and as you can imagine, I am so ready to unwind. But before I do, I decide to take a shower. Simple, right? But I don't know why, I found myself, even in these small, everyday moments, thinking about things like what to wear afterwards. It's a very basic decision, and yet I'm making such a big thing out of it. Here I am getting stuck on what outfit to wear. Even though I'm staying home for the rest of the day, the constant balancing act of wanting to be comfy yet still put together. So after much internal debate, I finally chose this cozy loungewear I got from Aerie. What do you guys think? Do you think it looks good?
You must have been late.
That fiancé of yours has roared out of here on 2 wheels. Does he by any chance ever walk anywhere?
20 nights, I expect.
I have a feeling he'll take that ring tomorrow and go right through 7 with it.
Seth, you idiot. Very amusing, I'm sure.
You know, lately I've been reflecting on how certain simple things, like the sunrise where I live, make waking up early so worth it. There's something so peaceful about this moment when the sky shifts from dark to light, when everything feels calm. It's in these quiet moments that I find a sense of peace. I read somewhere that embracing the simple things, like watching a still morning sunrise, helps us connect with the present moment and adds peace to our often chaotic lives. It's one of the things that just grounds you. And this morning, I woke up with a strange yet wonderful urge to draw. I didn't overthink it. I grabbed the first thing I could find, and that is Calpy, the cow. It's definitely imperfect, but that's the beauty of it. It's about finding joy in simplicity, finding fulfillment in the little things, even if they're a little rough around the edges. And honestly, it's kind of freeing to let go of perfection every once in a while. Later on, I decided to meet up with a friend at a pottery cafe. Now, I have never painted on pottery before, but I thought, why not try something new? So I painted Pascal from Tangled. Yes, Pascal. I've kind of got a thing for quirky characters. It was my first time, so I know it's a little rough around the edges, but I'd love to hear what you think of it. Maybe I need a little more practice, but hey, it's about the process, not the final product, right? And that's exactly what makes these moments so special. The act of being present in what you're doing without worrying about how it's going to turn out. It's what truly matters. It's not about creating a masterpiece. It's about embracing the joy of trying something new, of exploring new hobbies, and just being in the moment. And speaking of simple pleasures, the food today wasn't anything fancy or Instagram worthy, but it was delicious. In a world that's so focused on appearances, moments like these remind me that joy isn't just about how things look, but how they make us feel. That's the heart of it, right? Sometimes we get so caught up in looking perfect and looking for the perfect moment, the perfect meal, then we forget It's in the experience that life itself matters. And that brings me to something I've read recently in Raptitude. How life is so much Let me just read it. How life is so much simpler when we let go of external pressures and just focus on what's in front of us. Even though the food didn't look perfect, it felt right, like a cozy, comforting meal. And you know what? That was more than enough. And of course, I had to watch something while eating, so I went back to my roots and rewatched Winx Club. It's like a comfort food to my soul. This brings me to something I've been thinking about a lot lately. I used to wonder if having a high-paying job, a fancy car, or the latest iPhone would bring me lasting happiness. I mean, these things should make us happy, and they can. But here's the thing. After a few months, I've always find myself feeling down again. And if all that stuff really brought happiness, why do so many wealthy people, like celebrities, still struggle with depression or addiction? It don't add up. We've become so entrenched in chasing happiness through material things, it almost feels like it's doing the opposite. Happiness doesn't always lie in the things we owe, but in the experiences we live, the moments we cherish, and the connections we build. For me, when I'm truly present in the moment, I'm more mindful. I stop rushing through the day. I am not constantly on the go, and instead I slow down and appreciate what's right in front of me. That's why I started waking up 2 hours before I need to leave to work, instead of just 30 minutes. I'm giving myself more time, which helps me slow down and enjoy my mornings and appreciate the moment, rather than feeling rushed and overwhelmed by my overloaded schedule. As one article I read ago said, an overloaded schedule wreaks havoc on our ability to slow down and be grateful. Living simply or living mindfully goes hand in hand with that. It's about saying yes to what matters and saying no to the distractions that overwhelm us. I love how life is actually just really simple, but we tend to complicate things. In the end, it really boils down to a few simple changes. Saying yes or no. There's no right choice, really, but we always manage to find a way to where we need to be. Even with all the hustle and bustle, I just striving for simplicity, really, in a calm storm. Beyond all the busy stuff, what really matters to me are the relationships and connections I make. It's like a plot of a good movie, simple but meaningful. Life can sometimes feel like a never-ending routine, but it's in these little moments, the things we often overlook, that life gets sweet. Like the perfect cup of coffee in the morning, or a banter with a friend or a sibling, or just even chilling on the couch after a long day. If you've ever seen movies like It's a Wonderful Life or About Time, you know exactly what I mean. Those movies have a way of shifting your perspective on life. At least it did for me. They make you realize how often we focus on the destination and forget to enjoy the journey along the way. It's not always about the big, flashy moments that make life beautiful. It can also be the small, quiet ones that we tend to overlook. It's those moments that bring us back to the present and remind us that this is also where the magic happens. So if you guys have not seen the movie, I highly recommend it. You should check it out. Another thing I wanted to add, there's always something about ending the week with a little self-care ritual like this. A massage. It's grounding, really. It gives me a chance to pause, reflect, and appreciate small amounts of joy. Appreciating the present moment, especially in the small, ordinary experiences, is the key to true well-being. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you guys take care of yourself, and I see you in the next one. Bye.